Hello, very good evening and welcome to DeltaCapitis daily market review. Let's look at what's happening in Nifty for the day. Look at the daily chart. Daily price is sustaining above this short-term moving average. Where the short-term moving average? Here it is. So price is sustaining above short-term moving average. Actually today the bounce off was actually from short-term moving average, which was at around 18,500 levels. And not only that, RSI, if you see, RSI is finding support at two things. One is 60 and also RSI is finding support at the long-term moving average of RSI itself. So price is above short-term and RSI is also above the moving averages above 60. This gives me a picture that daily chart is still looking bullish as of now. There is no threat for the daily trends in the market. Now having said this, if I drop down to an hourly chart, what happened today? There was a gap up. So technically if you see, the gaps usually act as a support area. So where is the gap low? The gap low is sitting at 18,540 levels. So as long as the market sustains above 18,540, so whoever has created this gap, they are still pretty strong in the market. And market closed about, if you look at hourly chart, last 2 hours the market made a low around 18,580, 585, 590. That means this market is still trading above a short-term moving average on a low time frame like an hourly chart. On the daily chart also it bounced off from a short-term moving average, and on the hourly chart also it is finding support at a short-term moving average is sitting at around 18,580, 590. So here is what we can expect for the market. As long as the market sustains above this gap, which is 540, and there was a struggle to cross this resistance area. So if I draw a line at resistance area, it comes around 550 levels. So technically 540 becomes a very strong support from gap, and around 550 from the old resistance that could turn into a support area, and about 580, 590 from a short-term moving average. So basically 540 is the ultimate support when it comes to technicals. So as long as the market sustains above this 540 levels, what is happening on a very long-term picture is pretty much this. There has been a very long consolidation for a couple of days. Now, we are having a short consolidation today in the upper half of this bigger range. If market sustains in the upper half, within this half, that means the seller who is selling from here is not able to push the market to the support area, the lower side. So, if the buyers can sustain this selling pressure and settle the market within the first half or the upper half of this range, this tells me the buyers are able to hold on to the selling pressure and keep the market above 540, 550. If that happens, right, the buyers will pick up strength and break this area. So 540 becomes a very critical area, and consolidation in the upper half of this broader range becomes a very important aspect if the market is expected to break 18,650. So 540 we should have to watch very, very closely. Having said that, if I move to the options data, what is option data telling me? Highest open interest on the call side was 19,500, too far away, 1,000 points away, doesn't make any sense. It was 1 CR open interest, now it is 1.11 CR in open interest. That means there is some addition to the call side, but not close by, pretty far away, 1,000 points away. It makes no sense. What makes sense to me is this: highest open interest on the put side was 18,500 on Friday with 1 CR open interest. What has happened today? 18,500 remains the highest open interest, but 1 CR has become 1.15 CR. That means 15 lakh open interest got added to 18,500 put. This is a confidence in the put writer. Call later, there is nobody who is hitting call close by. Right? Now, if I look at what has happened individually on the strike wise, in terms of option data, at 18,500, 13 lakhs open interest on the put side, whereas about 8.5 lakhs unwinding on the call side. 550, 15 lakhs addition to the put side, minus 12 lakhs. That means unwinding is seen in the call side. 600, 38 lakh open interest is built up on 18,600 put. Whereas the call side hardly 4 lakh open interest built up. That means 600 becomes a very active strike for the closing today, right? And we have seen substantial amount of put rating, 13 lakhs, 15 lakhs, 38 lakhs. 650 also there is 11 lakhs. This is in the money call rating. Sorry, in the money put rating. Even 700 we see 15 lakhs. This is in the money put rating. Call side all in the money unwound. Some rating is seen at 700 levels with 20 lakh open interest. That means there has been a very confident put rating today. So 600 as far as the data is concerned, most active put rater, right? So will he be able to hold the market above 18,600? That is the question that we have for tomorrow. By data, if it holds 600, definitely 650 will be challenged in the day, right? Ultimately, if I go by two aspects, technically gap support and from the option data, highest put open interest if I take, which is 18,500 with 1.15 CR. So 500 technically, sorry, data-wise 80,500 becomes support, technically 80,540 with a gap support. So if these two levels are held for the day, for tomorrow, and the 18,600 put traders who are actively built about 38 lakh open interest, if they succeed to keep the market above 600, right, we will probably, we can expect that 18,650 will be challenged and probably it might be taken out. So for that to happen, for 650 to be broken, I need 550 to 500 to act as support, plus put traders at 18,600 to hold above the 600 level. That is the recipe for market breaking upside, right? So that is what my analysis on Nifty. If I move to Bank Nifty, what's happening with Bank Nifty? Let's see. Bank Nifty on an hourly chart, even this showed a gap up today, and the gap low is around the 43,900 levels, right? But 44,200 is still a resistance area for us. So this gap could probably act as a support area for the market. My only concern is RSI finding resistance at 60 levels, which tells me sideways, not extremely bullish. That is what hourly chart RSI 60 resistance is telling me. Sideways, not very, very strong. Nifty looks pretty strong, but Bank Nifty is not looking that strong. If I move to daily chart, on Bank Nifty, look at the closing of the day. If I enlarge this and if you see, market went almost close to 44,250 but unable to sustain. It closed little lower, almost at 44,100 levels. That is where it closed. And if you look at the chart, long upper shadow, but closing at the almost the low of the day, which doesn't speak very strong price action on a daily chart of Bank Nifty. That is the concern I have. And RSI also is below 60, and RSI is also trading below this red line, which is a long-term moving average on RSI itself. So Bank Nifty, though bullish, not as strong as Nifty. That is what the chart setup or the price is telling me. So now what should I expect on Bank Nifty? If I move to an hourly chart, the gap 43,900, that should be held. And there is a long-term moving average, if you see here. See, this was a resistance area. It broke. And if market sustains above this and the gap above this, so if market sustains above 44,000 to 43,900, technically that gives me a very strong foundation for an up move. This is the resistance area, so 44,200 should be very closely watched. And now if the consolidation, if this fall, which fall? If this fall doesn't come to this lower end, that means the selling pressure is not that intense to push the prices to the lower end of the consolidation. This speaks about the weakness of the sellers or the strength of the buyers to absorb the supply and keep the price in the upper half of a longer consolidation. So that means if market sustains above this and doesn't touch this area, 43,900 or 44,000 and above, if price action sustains tomorrow, this is telling me that buyers are able to absorb the supply that is coming into the market. See, that is the recipe that I need for tomorrow to break 44,200. Now if I move to the option data per se, Bank Nifty option data, what Bank Nifty option data suggesting? 44,000 was the highest call open interest as on Friday with 48 lakh OI. Today 44,000 still remains highest call open interest, but look at the open interest. 48 lakh open interest has reduced to 41 lakhs. It means about almost 8 lakh open interest on 44,000 call has been unwound. Good thing is market closing above 44,100 is a very good thing. So these 44,000 call traders are in the money now. So in the money, option traders will not like their position going in the money, right? Second good thing is 44,000 put rating was the highest as on Friday with 35 lakh open interest. Today, it still remains the highest put open interest, which 44,000. But look at the open interest built up from 35 lakhs on Friday. It has come to 50 lakhs today. That means it still says that there has been a confidence in put rating as on Friday or as on Monday. If you see here, 44,000. The most active put rating that we saw was at 44,000, 17 lakhs, whereas call rating there was an unwinding of almost 10.5 lakhs. So call traders are unwinding at 900, 800 and 44,000 also. Put traders are confident building 5 lakhs, almost 2 lakhs, 17 lakhs, 44,100 also, where the market closed today. 1 lakhs on the put side, whereas 3 lakhs on the call side. That means there is a confidence in the put traders to build position at 44,100 also. Even 200 there is a rating, even 300 there is a rating. So there is some confidence in the put traders as on date, and good thing about this is gap support, and 44,000 put traders have almost built up 15 lakh extra open interest. It means, to conclude, I have to say this: today gap support at 540 should be sustaining. 500 is the highest put open interest on the Nifty option chain, so that should sustain. So if market sustains above 540 to 500 range, and 18,600 is the highest put open interest, almost 38 lakh open interest. If put traders are able to keep the price above 600, this is a recipe for 650 to be challenged. So what you should watch is 540 to 500 should hold, and 38 lakh put traders who took positions home today should keep the price above 600. If this happens, 650 will be challenged. On Bank Nifty, today's gap is 43,900 and highest put open interest is 44,000. If market sustains above 900 to 44,000, there is a possibility of an up move. Plus 44,100 and 200 we saw good put open interest. If 44,200 breaks, we will see a short covering of this 44,000 in the money call traders. Please understand, 44,000 call traders are in the money by 100 points. It is not very comfortable for these traders to keep their in the money position. So that is the recipe. Levels to watch: 540 to 500 on Nifty, 43,900 to 44,000 on Bank Nifty. If this sustains, we could probably expect a slight up move, challenging 650 and 44,200. 44,200 breaks, again further up move, short covering rallies comfortably seen in the market. So to keep getting these updates every day, do follow us on DeltaCapitis channel so that you don't miss any of these videos, and probably this will help you to make very informed decisions. And thank you so much for watching.